Hello, friends. This is Alia Jamal, the Love Coach, coming here live for another Love Circle. And today we are talking about how to become decisive. Now, for those of you who have experienced confusion around a decision, whether it's small or whether it's big, whether it's tied to your own personal development, that you have not built that muscle yet, whatever that is, for those of us who have experienced confusion, we do understand how hard it is to make a decision. And I have personally been there where I needed to make a very big decision in my life and I was just confused. In the morning, it was a yes. In the afternoon, it was a no. In the evening, it was a yes again. It literally scrambles our brain. So, what can we do to become more decisive? What I'll be sharing with you today is a methodology where you can take as big of a decision as, should I leave this relationship? Should I get into this relationship? Should I leave this house or buy this house or sell this house? Whatever big decision you have or whatever small decision you have, you can take it through a process and you would know what you're supposed to decide. But before we even get into that, we want to understand, why do we become indecisive? Why confusion is there? Why it's so hard to make a decision? The confusion, doubt, worry, anxiety, fear comes from our unconscious mind. Part of our unconscious mind that does not want change. Because at some point in our life, generally under the age of 7, change equal danger. Change was not good, or so many changes were happening around us, we couldn't predict our surrounding. So we made this decision unconsciously within us that I am not going to let anything change. I'm going to try to control things. So when now maybe let's say your relationship is falling apart, you're like, I don't want to change it. You're confused whether I should leave it or not. So first of all, understand, whenever you go in doubt, whenever you go in confusion, whenever those two things pop up, it's your unconscious mind running the show. It's not your conscious mind running the show anymore. And decisions are made from our conscious mind. It's made from that free will aspect of a human. But the part of us that has been programmed over many years, it's like, no, no, please don't make this decision. And another thing you will see, maybe when you are coming across making a big decision, your body will start to break down. You'll get a big diagnosis because your body is part of your unconscious mind. It's part of that feeling mind. It will stop you. It doesn't want you to go further. It doesn't want you to move forward. So then you get sick. Then you're like, okay, I can't really make a decision. So many times when we are about to exit a bad relationship, when we are about to leave a job that is not working out for us, our body will get sick. And it won't be like, oh, you just got fever or flu. No, it will be a huge diagnosis. Your body's literally stopping you. And in our mind, we think, oh, maybe that's a sign I shouldn't. How many times we have done that? I know I have personally done that, that maybe it's a sign. We don't really realize what are the signs from the universe, signs from God, or angels or your spirit guides, and what are the blocks from your own unconscious mind because it doesn't want you to move forward. So it's very important to understand the difference between the two. And this is how you can understand the difference between the two. If your body is breaking down, it's your unconscious mind. If you just keep going in a ping pong in your mind, it's your unconscious mind. That's not God doing to you. Because whenever a sign comes from the universe, you feel clear within you. Even if nothing makes sense to you, it feels so clear. It feels like, of course, everybody else would tell you, no, that's crazy. But this thing that you're feeling within you, it would not waver you at all. That is how you know that something is coming from the universe. Now let's go a step further. Why there's confusion? When I'm about to make a decision that could be good for me, why there's so much confusion? So that is part of the resistance. Let's say right now I'm living in a two bedroom apartment, right? And I want to move into a three-bedroom apartment, or I want to buy my own home. So that is kind of leveling up in my residential situation. I'll have more space. I might have a backyard. My life might get a little bit easier, better. So it's a kind of up level, right? The person who's living here right now will must change for things to up level. Just like if you are assistant director right now in your job and you want to become a director, something within you has to shift. Maybe you'll get a new skill set. Maybe you'll go back to school and get an MBA so you can understand the director position in a better way. That upgrade is same energetical upgrade that you need to go from being in a toxic relationship and outside of toxic relationship. So when there is a jump required, there would be resistance. That resistance is coming from the need to grow. If there is no resistance, there's no growth. If you find something to be so easy, you're decisive about it, there's no growth. You're just living. It's like, I wake up in the morning, there's no resistance in me having a breakfast. And I'm not growing by having a breakfast. My body is getting nutrition, but there's no internal growth just because I had breakfast. So far, I hope that is clear. Now, the reason that resistance exists because there's light to be revealed. So the light that for example, the person I already am, I'll go back to the example, the person I already am, I'm living in a two-bedroom home. I already know how much it is, how much to earn, how much to pay. That is my current version. Especially living where I live, North Jersey, if I want to go to buying a house, there has to be more income. Me personally have to change the way I connect with my surrounding. I need to have a bigger desire to have a bigger place, right? There's that shift. For that shift to occur, I need to expand and bring in and let more of the light come in. So there's this concept that I have learned through my Kabbalistic studies. Whatever I am right now, that is the light that is within me. It's already part of me. I already have certain habits that are good. I have some certain habits that are not good. I have certain skills that is very good. But my soul is infinite. Your soul is infinite. That is the surrounding light. So imagine your tiny ball of light, and there's a huge light ball around you. Now, our job in this physical body is to expand so more of that surrounding light can come in. So I can become more of my soul and less of my conditioned human self. That is what inner work is all about. And when I come across an opportunity where I am pushed to expand, so more of that light can come in, I'm going to feel confused. I'm going to feel doubt. I'm going to feel worried. I'm going to feel fear, and I'm going to feel anxiety. Whenever one of those five show up, definitely it starts with confusion and doubt and then goes into worry. Whenever one of these five show up, no, you are being pushed to your next level. Your soul wants to live through you, and that is what's happening. And what we tend to do, we freeze, we want to just run back into the closet and never come out because there is so much resistance. The resistance is because you are being asked to reveal more of your light. You're being asked to let go of a part of you. You're being asked by the universe that it's time to become a new you. So, of course, there's going to be resistance. And that is how we expand and grow when we are building our muscles. First, our muscles completely break down. It hurts. It hurts to go to the gym for first 1 week, but after that, after the muscles break, we start to make them and they get stronger and better. That is exactly what goes on in our inner world. And it just shows up, you know what you're supposed to do, but you don't feel like doing it. For example, I knew that I'm supposed to write a book. Took me a year before I wrote first sentence. Just from that resistance, I knew there's a lot of light that is going to be revealed. I would be forced to go to my next level. I'll be forced to grow to a level where I really don't care about what other people think of me or my work. I'll be forced to become a fearless version of me. And that's exactly what happened in the process of getting into the physical word format. All that growth happened. So if you're feeling confused to make a decision, that is because there's a lot of light to be revealed. And now I'm going to share with you a very easy process to get to the other side. So it's a 4-question process that we use. And this is something I learned from my mentor, David Nagel. You can take the biggest decision of your life, biggest decision of your life. You can put it in front of you. You can look at it and you can use these 4 questions to work through it. So the first question is this something you would like to be, do, or have? So I'm going to use the example of buying a house, moving from an apartment into a house. Is this something I would like to be, do, or have? I would love to have that. See, that is a very clear yes. Now, the second question is being, doing, or having this is for more life? What does that mean? Am I going to become more? Is it going to be beneficial to the whole universe if that's what happened? One of the laws of the universe is more life. We don't realize every day we are becoming more. When we are in a slump, we think we are going backward. The truth is, you're never going backward. Every day has a brand new energy. Whoever I was yesterday, today I am a bigger and better version of me. Tomorrow I'm going to be a bigger and better version of me. Even if my life is falling apart tomorrow, still, I am becoming better and better and better and better. That is exactly what's going on. So will this upgrade will make me a better person, will add to my life and add to other people's life. Because one of the way the universe works is nothing is for me alone. Everything is for the sake of sharing. So let's say if I learned something today, it's not just for me, it's for me to share. So let's say if I have a bigger place, it's going to be for the sake of sharing. It will be for me and also for the sake of sharing. So I can think about it, well, I can dedicate one room to this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do that, I can have bigger parties. So there would be room of sharing. So it is for more life. Now, the next question is, okay, I just have to take a moment because I didn't write it down. The next question is it in alignment with the universal laws? So there are 7 universal laws that exist in the universe. And when we are going towards anything, we are creating anything, we want to make sure that it is coming from the place of my soul and not from the place of ego. And how can you tell? The easier way for you, for those of you who don't know all those universal laws, and I cannot really get into that right now, the easier way would be, is it really coming from your soul or is it coming from your ego? So how can we tell the difference? Whenever you're, for example, let's say if I want to get a bigger house because I want to impress my friends and my family, that's coming from my ego. It's not coming from my soul. You want to leave bad relationship because your family has been pressuring you that, you're in a bad relationship, you better leave. Your friends have been telling you, hey, you don't respect yourself by being in this relationship, and you're feeling pressured and you're like, I think I should leave. That's coming from ego. If you want to leave a job because everybody else is telling you that you should, and you're just like, should I not? What would be coming from your soul? Where you're not even thinking about anybody else. You're not thinking about getting their validation. You're not even concerned about what they will think about you. It is truly here. Now that is where you'll have to look within you. You'll have to go a little deeper, and you would really have to check in with yourself what's going on. So those first three have to be a yes. Is this something you want? Is it for more life? Is it in alignment with the universe or universal law? Or another better way would be, is it in alignment with your soul? Those three have to be yes. The last question is it going to violate somebody's rights? Now, that question, my friend, always have to be a no. If that question is a yes, okay, you're definitely not taking this decision. Whenever we make a decision that is in alignment with our soul, it cannot violate somebody else's right. For example, you and your coworker are, let's say, presenting the same pitch for a marketing department, and you have a chance to look at their presentation and cheat from it. Well, you really want that job, like, that higher level job. And also, it's for more life. And also, it's in alignment with the universal laws. Yeah, it's coming from your soul. Always go for more, but it's going to violate their rights. So then the decision would be, do not look at their open computer, even if it's right in front of you. Let's look at another example. If me buying the house is going to create problem for someone else. So for example, in my case, it would be because I co-parent with my son's dad. Let's say I am going to a place that's very far from him. So it's going to violate his rights as a father. So then it would be a no. I also need to check in my decision. Is it going to violate somebody else's rights? Then it would be a no. So for a solid yes, the first three have to be yes, and the last one must be no. If that's what you get, it's a yes decision. As you're going through, if one of the first three is a no, immediately it's a no. It's a no decision. Now, let's look at a more difficult decision. You're in a bad relationship. And you're just thinking, well, if I leave, my kids will suffer. Their dad won't be in their life. What should I do? And the same goes for men. If you're thinking to leave a toxic relationship, you're just thinking about everybody who's involved. So that is where we have to become non-emotional and really look at the long-term impact. Long-term impact of leaving any relationship. Leaving is always better than staying in a difficult marriage or relationship, because that does impact our children way, way more. Like if you're in a toxic relationship and the kids are involved, the kids' rights are being violated every single day. So it's better for them to be in a separate home where there is more peace than for them to be with mom and dad and they have to be part of the Cold War. Even if you're not fighting in front of them, they're still feeling that energy. So then it would be, is it something you want to be, do, have? Is it for more life? Definitely. Is it in alignment with your soul? Of course, your soul wants you to be happy. God wants you to be happy. It's people who have conditioned us that suffering equal a good ticket to heaven. That's not how this universe is created, but that's how we have created, so we can manipulate each other and we can control. And the last one would be, is it going to violate somebody else's rights? No, it's not. It's actually going to add. And I can share with you from my personal experience when I had to make that decision to leave my marriage. That is when I experienced the most confusion. And it did take me a good chunk of time to make that decision. But, I really could see into the future that if I let go, everybody would be happy. Was I sure? Not really. I just had this feeling within me. And long story short, everybody's so much happier. So I'm not promoting here for you to leave a non-functional relationship, but I am just giving you an example of what else is possible when we start to think and make decisions according to the laws of the universe and not from the laws of our ego or our conditioning or from the societal pressure. Any decision becomes difficult when our ego is involved, when we are seeking other people's validation, which is also ego, when our unconscious programming is involved. When we have been taught this is who you're supposed to be, we are stuck to that identity. And then your soul is saying, hey, how about we expand to the next level and you become this more expanded version of you? That requires a decision. We go into freeze mode, we go into confusion, we are eventually like anxious and we're just hitting our head against the wall and we're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Take these 4 questions, put any decision in front of you, be unbiased. That would be the hardest part, being unbiased. Because, when we have been entangled with our ego for so long, every answer is going to look like, oh, it could be both yes or no. What should I do? Because confusion will pop in there too. So I will suggest if you have to make a big decision, take these 4 questions, sit with a neutral friend and help your friend, like let someone else help you go through that pathway and see how will that make a difference for you. So that is all regarding this, but I want to end our conversation with this. When we start to become decisive, what's actually happening? We're saving so much energy. Whether it's deciding what you're wearing today, what you're eating today, how you're choosing to live, you're saving energy. That's why you would see most of the productive people in the world who are self-made millionaire or billionaire, their wardrobe is very stable. They don't even think about what I'm wearing. They keep it more like a uniform. Their food would be like, more like a uniform too. It's a very standard. This is what I'm having. This is what I'm having for lunch. This is what I'm having for dinner. Their lifestyle, their routine would be very mundane as well, because they are not wasting energy on all those decisions. They have kind of streamlined it, and they are using that decisive power to truly create and impact the humanity. They are using that energy to bring in their light, to expand and let the surrounding light come in so they can truly share their soul with the world. So, as you would do this inner work to become more decisive, you're saving a lot of energy, a lot of energy. And now, this is me bringing a little bit of metaphysical, aspect over here based on different astrological signs, just because the exact time we are born, wherever the stars alignment is, there are some people born into specific time of the year where inherently they will have this problem. They won't be very decisive. That doesn't mean they have to live with that. That just means that is a muscle. It's part of your soul's work here that you'll be building. So if I am born in a certain month, I know, because I have dug deeper and I have seen like what are my inherent gifts because I was born in this month, and what are my inherent challenges so I can actually work on them. We all have them. So if you feel like, oh, I was just born indecisive, I can never make a decision, my friend, you can build that muscle. Just like how for me some things are, some habits are just there since I was born, I can do the work to shift them. That is why we are in the physical world. Otherwise, we'll just stay in the spiritual world, in the spirit world, and never come into physical body. We came into the physical body so we can work on ourselves. So do not hesitate to work on yourself, work on your ability to become more than who you already think you are. We have no idea how big and expanded we are. It does require doing that work on ourselves. And that is what this is all about. So that is all for today. And if you feel like you're ready to dig deeper into yourself and you would love to have a conversation with me, I highly suggest you DM me or go to my website, aliajamalcoaching.com, and book a consultation with me. I would love to be your guide in going deeper and truly expand to become one with your soul. That is all. I'm sending you all so much love. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.